Emma Raducanu looked entirely at home as she beat Shelby Rogers 6-2, 6-1 in the fourth round of the US Open and reached the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam for the very first time. Raducanu, who started 2021 ranked number 367 in the world, produced a breakthrough performance at Wimbledon earlier this summer by reaching the fourth round. On that occasion, though, she was forced to retire after struggling physically and mentally against Ajla Tomljanovic. There were no sign of those nerves beyond her opening service game, though, as she quietened the American crowd by racking up victory in just 66 minutes to set up a clash with Belinda Bencic, the Olympic champion. "I'm so happy to have managed to come through and managed to overcome some of the nerves at the beginning," Raducanu said afterwards. Just before the coin toss, Raducanu had looked up at the 23,500 seats, trying to take everything in. It was her first time on Arthur Ashe, tennis' biggest arena, and those nerves did show a little as an early double fault opened the door in her very first service game, and Rogers, eventually, forced her way through it. Forced was the word too, as Rogers abandoned some of the guile that had undone Ashley Barty and decided raw power was the best way of unsettling the teenager in the early stages, adding more than 10 miles an hour on average to her ground strokes, and when she brought up 0-40 in chances to break for a second time in 10 minutes, it seemed to be working. However, Raducanu set aside her early nerves and saved all three of those break points, seeming to withstand that power better and feel more comfortable on Ashe as the match wore on. The adrenaline clearly started flowing in the right direction too. She broke Rogers for a second time in a row and then hit her fastest serve of the tournament in the course of holding for a 5-2 lead, and then sealed the first set with a fearsome return forehand winner. If, by the time the second set was 2 games old, you were asked to guess which player was ranked outside the top 300 less than 3 months ago, you would have said Rogers. Her early barrage of power turned into a somewhat desperate attempt to win points in short rallies, understanding her opponent had become accustomed to the longer ones. It quickly fell to pieces for Rogers, a double fault handing Raducanu a commanding 4-0 lead in the second set. The American did show some signs of life late in the second, avoiding the humiliation of a bagel and swinging for the fences, but Raducanu was too strong and too far ahead. She has now lost just 4 games in her last 2 matches and is yet to drop a set, but no, she cannot expect such ease against Bencic in the last 8. "Belinda is a great player who's in great form, so I know I'm gonna have to bring it on Wednesday," Raducanu added. "It's just going to be who can dictate. I'm not really thinking about tennis right now, I'll leave that for tomorrow."